What is going on, guys? I hope you're having a good day today because I'm about to make that day a lot worse. Today we're going to be covering the most controversial, gruesome, brutal, and disturbing video games of all time. And I'm not talking GTA, Call of Duty type stuff. I'm talking stuff way worse. One of these, it's so sickening that it genuinely messes with me, okay? So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Sad Satan is a game that I'm sure most of you guys have heard about, but in case you haven't, its gameplay was originally posted to a YouTube channel called Obscure Horror Corner, a real tongue twister, and it shows you walking through black and white corridors as you're just walking, and pictures of gore, pedophiles, demons, and other disturbing images will flash onto the screen. Even more chilling is that the music in the game is played backwards, and every now and then while this music is playing, you can hear children screaming. I don't need to say more about that, that's chilling. Even worse is that this game, the original version, contained images of CP. Some people's theories on this game's creation is that it was made by a satanic worshipping cult as like some type of induction into the cult. But not a lot is known about the original creation. Hopefully you guys aren't watching this at night because I'm about to show some gameplay. So maybe this game was made by a cult to abduct members, or maybe it was just made as a huge troll. But the mystery is what makes it so terrifying. Time for an exciting one. JFK Reloaded. As you can imagine, a game about JFK being assassinated stirred up a lot of controversies because it's a game about killing one of the most influential and famous, most beloved personalities in American history. JFK Reloaded released in 2004 and garnered a bunch of attention after the original creators offered a $100,000 reward to whoever could most accurately recreate the original events of the JFK shooting. You see, the game wasn't created as a joke or a shock value game. It was created as a simulation to prove that Lee Harvey Oswald could have done the JFK shooting. In the game, you score points for how accurately you recreate the JFK shooting. And if you perfect it, then you'd get the perfect score. The team worked hard to perfectly recreate the Dallas Square and the scene of the entire shooting to again prove that Lee Harvey Oswald could have worked alone. But what makes this hilarious is that even to this day, no one has ever been able to perfectly recreate Lee Harvey Oswald's shot. With hundreds of thousands of players, no one has ever been able to recreate this shot. The closest anyone has ever gotten is a 16-year-old French gamer who got a 60%. That's not even close. I've seen a ton of theories online saying, hey, maybe they made this game to prove that Lee Harvey Oswald didn't do it and that it was impossible. But I'm not really a big fan of this theory because the original creator, when asked if he would make a version with a grassy knoll shooter, which if you guys don't know about the JFK conspiracy, it's that the second shooter was on a grassy knoll outside of the area. So when asked if he wanted to make a version of the game about this, he said that would just be fictional and fantasy. So any way you want to spin it, JFK Reloaded stirred up a lot of controversy and a lot of backlash and became one of the most controversial games of all time. So, game about JFK shooting. Let's move on. Eric Harris Doom mods. So you remember how I said one of these games was sickening? This is the one. Doom is a game I'm sure you guys all know. It was a first-person shooter that was very popular. I'm pretty sure it was the first-person shooter of all time. This game came with modding capabilities that kept the game alive to this day. These Doom mods made people be able to make their own maps and Doom scenarios that they could play through. But the most sickening and evil one was made by Eric Harris, one of the Columbine shooters. Eric loved Doom, and he played and created a lot of maps. Some of these maps he created with Dylan, the other Columbine shooter, that you can still download and play today. Now, why having mods and maps created by such a sickening, evil murderer, Eric Harris, would be bad enough on its own, it's even worse as he created, while not perfect, a recreation of Columbine that you can still download and play. In this map, they would start outside with just pistols, and as they went into the school and massacred more and more people, they could collect shotguns and rifles. Eric Harris and Dylan used these maps to practice for the massacre that they thought about every day. And it's just a part of the story of how they went on to destroy so many innocent lives. Even more terrifying is that the FBI removed 3 of Dylan's maps from the internet, one of these being called Real Doom. This map was a perfect recreation, 1-for-1, of Columbine that was maybe even played in the same route that Dylan and Eric attacked. They no doubt used these 2 maps to practice for their attack. It's sickening. And who knows what the other 2 maps contained. We can only imagine. Well guys, that was some disturbing video games. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I thank you so much for watching. Bye.